Trendsetter here at AVN, in Las Vegas, Nevada, and it's exciting. Right next to me is the true original Reign. I'm talking about Romi Reign, not the pretender Roman Reigns out there for you guys. Forget that. This is legit right here. Romi, thank you so much for a few minutes of your time. How are you doing today?
I'm doing really well. This is my 5th Adult Entertainment Expo. Really happy to be here. It's always a great time. Beautiful people and not very many clothes. How can you go wrong?
Can't go wrong, but Las Vegas is kind of cold though, so it might be a little bit chilly.
A little bit, but you know what? It's always hot inside.
Exactly. How was your holiday season? How was Christmas and New Year's for you?
Really good. I can't complain. My birthday was in January too, so that was really exciting.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. We just got through award show #1 with XBiz. Actually won Female Performer of the Year.
Congratulations.
So I'm kind of going into this like riding high and feeling good about myself. So
getting greedy now. You're going for it all.
I mean, we'll see. Let's see what happens. But you can't get greedy. So you got to enjoy the moment and just like live. And yeah, I'm just happy to be here.
Now, we're from the High Spot Podcast, so we cover professional wrestling. So immediately when I saw Roman Reigns, you were here before he was, and you were a wrestling fan growing up. So who'd you watch when you were growing up? Who was like the ones that?
I was a fan when it was still really hardcore. I was in the Attitude Era when it was like the Generation X and the Hardy Boys and Lita and Trish Stratus and like Rock when like The Rock was The Rock and Stone Cold when he was drinking in the ring. And so I was a fan like back kind of in the day, like 10 years ago, like when I was a kid. But no, I mean I'm still kind of a fan now. I still watch like some of their shows and some of their little BTS. But
anything currently right now that you're watching?
I do watch the Total Divas show because that's kind of cool. I mean that's kind of an amazing thing to have around. But now everything's becoming a little bit more mainstream. In a way we relate. I mean I know they try to act like they're not big fans of us now, but I mean
we know they are.
They kind of go closer in hand than people want to admit. At least they used to. But whatever, it's all good. Even different strokes, different folks. We're still fans. Just like someone, I'm a big old geek, so like I'm in porn, but
I think we all are to an extent.
Yeah, I play video games. I go to Comic-Cons. I watch Netflix all the time. So I mean,
so you're like every nerd or internal nerd's dream, playing games and watching TV.
I shoot porn and then I go home and play some video games. I just beat the South Park game. That was the last game I played.
Awesome. I kind of gave up after the Dark Knight, the Arkham Knight series, but that's a tough game. But speaking of which, we're talking about professional wrestling. It's very competitive nature, very competitive business, especially during the Attitude Era that you were talking about when you were watching it, because there are two competing brands going after each other, the WWE and WCW. Now, the reason why I make the comparison is the adult film industry seems to be very competitive. Well, everybody's kind of vying for their spot, not necessarily trying to knock each other down. But would you say the adult film industry is as competitive as people might think it is?
I don't know if I want to say legitimately competitive like that. I think it's a little bit more individualistic. I think in a way you don't have to be as nervous for your job in adult entertainment as maybe in sports entertainment. Maybe less injuries, less possibilities of getting fired. We kind of make our own rules and our own way around the industry. So I would consider us a little bit more lucky by comparison. I mean, they get bigger checks than we do. But in all honesty, like if you kind of
go through more punishment though.
Exactly. And their careers are almost just as short as ours sometimes, which is a little bit ironic. And if you look us up online, like your average adult film star has just as many followers on social media than almost any other celebrity. So I think everything we compare it. In a way, I think like you can compare it just as much to mainstream and modeling and dancing, even more so than wrestling. We're in movies, we take pictures, like we get up at 6 in the morning, drive to sets. So it's a lot more professional than people really think.
You just hit on a lot of topics I want to touch on real quick. When you mentioned about social media and branding yourself, I mean, it's very easy. It's not easy for somebody to come in and start from the ground up, which we're trying to do.
Yeah.
Start from the ground up and make a name for yourself. How important would you say social media is in your terms of your experience to get yourself out there in terms of branding your name, so that when the time comes where you decide to maybe step away from this and pursue other endeavors, your brand name will still be popular?
Yeah, well, social media is everything, especially nowadays. I mean, you can make yourself popular without even really need to be backed by a company. If you know how to promote yourself and you tell people where you are and what you're doing and you have good content, people are going to watch it and buy it. Like, it all depends on if you care about your work. And if you do what you do well, people are going to respond. I always say it doesn't matter if you're a garbage man. Be the best fucking garbage man you can be and you'll get respect for that. So same thing in the adult film industry. I know people always talk a little bit down to us, but it's like, yeah, I was in porn, but I'm one of the top in porn right now. If you know porn, you know who I am,
Yeah,
and that's kind of awesome.
Something I found out, people that critique it are ones that actually do watch it, but they're so upset that they're not actually enjoying the benefits of those labors that they end up critiquing it
What
themselves.
I learned about being in porn is that everybody watches porn. I've been recognized at the gym with no makeup on, walking down the street in nail salons by women, by couples. Everybody.
I'm sure you still looked
watches porn.
amazing.
Thank you, but everybody watches, and it's okay. It's healthy. It's as long as it's all consensual. We're just here to explore and expand sexuality. And it's great for couples. Couples that porn together stay together.
It's not about healthy, real quick, and this is my final one here, is that, with all the traveling and all the stuff you said you just do on a normal day-to-day basis to keep yourself relevant, to keep your career going, because this is a career more than just doing something you're passionate about and you enjoy it. How important is it to you at this stage in your life career in 2018 to kind of take a step back a little bit in terms of enjoying the journey rather than worrying so much about, I have to hit 1, 2, 3 X amount of goals?
Well, it's always important to stop and smell the roses, because if you're not enjoying the present, then it's almost a waste of the time. So always be present. I'm a little bit of hippie in that sense. Just enjoy the moment, smell the roses, see the forest for the trees. No, you don't have to kill yourself. As long as you're happy. Happiness is number one, because you can have money and pay your bills, but if you're miserable, what does it matter? So always do you and look out for you. And I feel lucky that I'm an independent contractor. I truly do what I want. So it's not a bad life right now.
What's the atmosphere like here at AVN for you right now?
Excuse me?
How's the atmosphere here for you right here at AVN?
Oh, AVN's always so much fun. Everybody's usually so excited to be there. Sometimes it's people meeting us for the first time. Sometimes it's avid fans that come every single year. And it gets bigger and better and crazier every year. So I feel lucky to be here. People know who I am more and more every year. And yeah, it's really gratifying, because this is kind of our Oscars of porn. So for us, this is a really big deal.
Well, I wish you nothing but the best and success in 2018. If 2017 was any inclination of what your career is and what you've done is, you have so much momentum going in 2018. So I thank you so much. Before we end this, I want to include Romi Rain, the original Rain, into an elite club. No signing, nothing like that. Just put these two fingers together like this, Romi. Touch them, and now you're a part of an elite group. Too sweet. She is now part of the crew, which means we basically, all the followers here and ourselves will follow you, will support you, and we always have your back. So thank you so much.
We're friends
Really
now.
appreciate it. We're friends to the end.
God.
Romi Rain, ladies and gentlemen.